Legislation remains critical to the operations and guidelines for safety and use of biotechnology application. We intend to see how this is evolving and those who are leading in this campaign. It's good to know you are with us on this program, and a very warm welcome. I am Ifeanyi Okafor. If you have been following the trend of events on this program, you would observe that our interactions are mainly with the experts, the policymakers, and the views of Nigerians on the streets. The program intends to expose the vituperations of the uninformed and relay a broader perspective and true position of biotechnology. Let's see this feature. Agricultural biotechnology can help solve global food crisis and make a positive impact on world hunger. According to the United Nations, food production will have to rise by 50% by the year 2030 to meet the demands of a growing population. Agricultural biotechnology has been shown to multiply crop production by 7 to 10-fold in some developing countries, far beyond the production capabilities of traditional agriculture, and the global community is taking notice. In the more than 20 years that biotechnology crops have been commercially grown, there has not been a single documented case of an ecosystem disrupted or a person made ill by these foods. Consumers can rest assured that agricultural biotechnology is safe. These crops have been repeatedly studied and declared safe by expert panels the world over. Biotechnology-derived crops are improving water quality, both through less herbicide and pesticide in runoff from fields, and in the future through reducing phosphorus excretion in livestock by using biotech-derived feed that contains reduced levels of phytates. These results show that agricultural biotechnology delivers tangible and significant benefits for farmers, consumers, and the environment. These benefits add up to a more sustainable future. Consumers benefit with safe, healthy, and abundant food to feed a growing population. Farmers reap the benefits of increased productivity and income that contributes to agricultural sustainability in their communities. Perhaps most importantly, biotechnology helps care for the environment by decreasing agricultural chemical applications and carbon emissions. Biotechnology holds great promise for increasing the world's food supply and improving the quality of that food. It is estimated that 800 million people around the world suffer from chronic food shortages, and millions more could go hungry due to current and future food crises. Crops improved through biotechnology are producing higher yields worldwide to help feed a hungry and growing world. While the last 50 years of agriculture have focused on meeting the food need and fiber needs of humans, the challenges for the next 50 years go far beyond simply addressing the needs of an ever-growing global population. In addition to producing more food, agriculture will have to deal with declining resources like water and arable land, the need to enhance nutrient density of crops and achieve these and other goals in a way that does not degrade the environment. Biotechnology offers valuable tools to help meet these multidimensional challenges. The concept of leveraging agriculture as green factories is expected to have tremendous positive implications for harnessing solar energy to meet fiber and fuel needs as well. Widespread adaptation of biotechnology-derived products of agriculture should lay the foundation for transformation of our society from a production-driven system to a quality and utility-enhanced system. Over the last 50 years, our society has faced the challenge of feeding an ever-growing world population. Human population has literally doubled in the last 40 years and increased sixfold in the last 200 years. Since the beginning of this century, agriculture has intensified first with the discovery of economic chemical processes to reduce nitrogen to ammonia and the use of nitrogenous fertilizers in agriculture, superior genetics with hybrid, as well as varietal crops, resulting in a global green revolution. And finally, with the discovery and use of chemical pesticides to manage a range of pests, including weeds, microbes, and insects. Intensive agriculture as practiced today fully leverages all of the above advances and in addition is benefited by superior irrigation techniques, better tillage systems. Biotechnology is the use of biological processes, organisms or systems to manufacture products intended to improve the quality of human life. The earliest biotechnologists were farmers who developed improved species of plants and animals by cross-pollination or crossbreeding. In recent years, biotechnology has expanded in sophistication, scope, and applicability. Biotechnology, with its knowledge-intensive nature and tremendous economic potential, has emerged as one of the trending sectors of the world's economy. Focusing on the practical use of biological systems to produce goods and services, biotechnology has made significant achievements in the growth and its application in the areas of agriculture, healthcare, environment. Modern biotechnologies involve making useful products from whole organisms or parts of organisms such as molecules, cells, tissues, and organs. Recent developments in biotechnology include genetically modified plants and animals, cell therapies, and nanotechnology. These products are not in everyday use but may be of benefit to us in the future. Most foods we eat today come from plants or animals that farmers have genetically modified through centuries of conventional breeding. Plants and animal species have been crossbred to develop useful new varieties with beneficial traits such as better taste or increased productivity. Traditional crossbreeding also produces changes in the genetic makeup of a plant or animal. Modern agricultural biotechnology techniques are different and substantially improved from traditional crossbreeding because they allow for more precise development of crop and livestock varieties. A wide variety of microorganisms are now being employed as tools in biotechnology to produce useful products or services. Raw materials can be converted to useful finished products both by ordinary chemical processes and by biological means.
Let's see those who have remained quite consistent with their views and positions
on why Nigeria needs biotechnology.
Nigerian research agencies are doing a lot to see that we adopt improved technologies for agriculture. For example, we have the National Biotech Development Agency that their mandate is to coordinate all research activities. And so far, they are making a lot of impact because we see the area of agriculture as one that is very vital, especially with economic revitalization in Nigeria. So there are a lot of researches that they are doing already on improving crops so that they can be insect resistant or pest resistant or disease resistant. So we have the Institute for Agricultural Research in Zaria. They are working on cowpea and cotton. They want to improve it so that it can be resistant to insects that affect cotton and also cowpea. So they are making a lot of effort to see that farmers do not spray a lot on the farm to control the use of insecticides, to control the use of pesticides, and also to produce crops that are resistant to diseases so that it can improve yield and productivity for farmers. So we also have the National Cereals Research Institute in Badegi, Niger State. Their mandate is to work on rice. So they are developing rice varieties that you don't have to use so much nitrogen on it. It's called New West rice. Nitrogen use efficient, water efficient, and salt tolerant rice. We also have the Research Institute in Umudike, National Root Crop Research Institute. They are improving cassava to be virus resistant. So far, Nigerian research institutes are doing a lot to improve agricultural productivity for farmers, especially as Nigeria is geared towards economic diversification.
Biotechnology is, for me, it has gone a long way in improving the society, from security to health to improved agricultural products. And the agencies in Nigeria, for instance, are doing a lot of research in making sure that farmers, for example, their yield, their productions, are the pains that they get from that, which is from pest attack, from different things that prevent them from having a good yield. The Most agencies in charge of that are going a long way in making research, which is creating seed resistant varieties, pest resistant varieties, and and that will go a long way in helping the economy. It will go a long way in helping farmers. It will go a long way in encouraging youth to go into farming because of the reduced pest attack, improved varieties of the new rice varieties, cowpea varieties. It will help the economy. It will help in developing the economy. It will help to reduce unemployment in the society. So the agency is doing pretty much in that aspect of agriculture.
Biotechnology involves the use of part of a plant or part of an organism to develop or improve crops, animals, and all of that. I think it has great impact on the society. Let's say in terms of mass production of food to cater for hunger and all of that, you can use biotechnology. There's this aspect called tissue culture that you can use to produce food in very large quantities. And then it also helps in the improvement of food to deal with malnutrition. You can use part of a plant that has every nutrition you need to put in a single plant. It helps to develop that also.
Biotechnology as a course is very broad. If you ask me what precisely it does, it's not a particular thing. Biotechnology have various aspects. Just like in medicine, it's very useful. In vaccine creation, that's what I've been used. Even in insulin to treat diabetic patients, biotechnology was used in doing that, using the recombinant DNA technology. Then in agriculture as well, in fact, it has a it's broader when you talk of agricultural biotechnology, because you can talk of the tissue culture aspect, which is multiplication of plants, and then you can as well do the culture of the plant in a way that you have whatever you want the plant to be. You want a better, like for example, let me take pineapple as a fruit. You want a succulent, as a fruit company, you want a succulent, a juicy fruit. Tissue culture does that for you, which is a part of agric biotech. Then in animal-wise, you want your animal to be, to have a particular species, or you want it to have a particular trait or character. Biotechnology does that for you. Also through recombinant gene technology, through genetic transformation and other procedures like that. Even in pharmacy, like insulin is pharmaceutical as well as medical. Even in treatment of some patients, in medical and pharmaceutical together. Then we have the environment, like all these waste, all this solid waste, even liquid waste can be used as gas, can be transformed to gas using bioreservation and conservation in the environmental biotechnology aspect. As broad as it is, it has a very useful environment. If we can use it, it will go a long way to help us, even help the economy as well.
It's time to visit the market, and the program will continue shortly.
Madam, put that big one for
this
me.
one. Customer.
Hey, customer. You must have done the say all these big oranges where yes in a GMO.
Should be GMOs again.
Now, wow, my sister. Who tell you say GMO did this country?
You read it everywhere for sound. Say all these big oranges, cassava and yam there. Then a GMO where you people bring to kill us.
Ah, my sister. All this big orange, yam, cassava where you dey see, not be GMO, na hybrid. You never hear WHO talk say GMO not be bad thing. Even our own government agency, NDMA, talk say them dey on top the matter for Niger. GMO never dey Niger market oh, and all those people where they tell you say GMO no good, themselves they eat them when they travel go obodo yibo. Me self they pray, say make them bring and enter with Niger market, make we self follow enjoy. GMO, if it grow, whether rain fall or it no fall, it go kill pests and it no go affect your crop. In fact, it no carry disease for body. It get the vitamin where you need for body where them fit to put inside. You know, say me I like a better thing. But it not fit inside river, so for the enter in eye.
This GMO good oh.
It's good well oh.
Now, go back to the color.
Oh God, GMO.
This program, now from the Open Forum on Agricultural Biotechnology, OFAB in Africa, Nigeria chapter, supported by the National Biotechnology Development Agency, NABDA, Abuja.
In this edition of the program, we visited the National Assembly where we spoke to the Chairman House Committee on Agriculture, Honorable Tahir Monguno. He spoke on the growth of agriculture and biotechnology.
Well, you know, before the advent of discovery of oil in Nigeria, agriculture used to be the mainstay of the Nigerian economy. I can recall with nostalgia the groundnut pyramids in Kano, as well as the massive cocoa production in the southwest, as well as palm oil production in the southeast and the south-south. And agriculture happens to be the mainstay of the Nigerian economy then, until the discovery of oil. And then everybody abandoned agriculture, came to the cities in search of petrodollars. So, and now the price of oil in the international market has significantly reduced. The international market, oil market is volatile, is unpredictable, and oil is a Western asset. It will finish one day. As a result of that, there is a need for diversification of the economy away from oil to agriculture, and that is the basis for the emphasis on agriculture, because agriculture right now contributes about 70% of our employment. It accounts for about 47% of our gross domestic product. So such a sector is so important that it should not be relegated to the background, and that is why we are championing the cause of developing agriculture in Nigeria and then diversification of the economy away from oil to agriculture. Well, the prospects that agriculture has to turn around Nigeria's economy, one is in the area of employment. It will create a lot of employment to our teeming unemployed youths, and then reduce. And those money that we are spending on importing food will be deployed to other infrastructural needs of the country, with a view to bridging the infrastructural gap in the country. And then it will bring about food security. Any country that is not food secure, then that country is threatened. That country will not be stable. So one, it will create employment, it will conserve our limited foreign exchange, and it will also bring about food security to the country. That is why there is need to emphasize on agriculture. Well, yes, the policy of biotechnology is well positioned to enhance agriculture, because there is an agency that was created by law by the federal government, that is the National Biotechnology Development Agency, all with a view to engaging in biotechnology, with a view to boosting agriculture. Agriculture is no longer practiced at the subsistence level. There is a need to adopt appropriate technologies for massive food production, as well as also increasing the nutrition content of the various food that we consume. There is a need for our food production to be at par with our population growth, because a situation whereby our population will be growing at geometric progression, and then our food production will be growing at arithmetic progression is not good, and is going to threaten the stability of the country. So through biotechnology and then application of appropriate technologies will go a long way in improving the quality of our food production, and also increase our quantity of food production. Yes, Nigeria should key in. Nigeria should key in to the campaign by the International Committee for the Adoption of Biotechnology. As I told you earlier on, is a means of one, increasing our food production using the appropriate technologies, and also increasing the micronutrients in the various food that we produce for the purpose of our consumption. It's all done through the use of appropriate technology and in the use of biotechnology. So if Nigeria adopts that, it is in tandem with what is happening globally. The use of biotechnology for food production has been in existence for quite a number of years. It is not something new that can be used in Africa as a testing ground. It has been in use in other climes. So it is only coming new to Nigeria, and then its adoption is not going to be signal Africa being a dumping ground for it.
It is all well that ends well. Thanks for sharing your time with me. Bye-bye.